everybody, Kirsten here, and today I'm going to be talking about Volition by Lily Paradis. Now, Volition is of the new adult genre, and I do have a book talk from Ignite, which is her previous book, and I'll go ahead and link that below if you haven't watched it already. It's one of my favorite new adult books, and that is the reason why I ended up purchasing this one. I wish that I could show you the cover, but my Nook is just giving this horrible glare, and it doesn't focus on it, so I apologize. It is an ebook, so if I had the physical copy, obviously I'd be showing it to you guys. But it has the Empire State Building on the front, so if you're looking for it, it's Volition by Lily Paradis. It has the Empire State Building on the front. This book is told by our one narrator, but it's told in 2 points of time, so different perspectives. You have the past and the present. Now, when you meet our young narrator, her name is Tate McKennick, and she meets Hayden Rockefeller on this flight. And when you're meeting her, she's running away from something. She's running away from her past, which explains why there is the dual perspective of the past and the present. So you understand why she's running away from her past. What exactly is going on? When she gets to New York on this flight, she's coming from Charleston, and she goes to live with her friend Catherine. She's a writer. She's going to New York to be a writer. She doesn't seem like all that crazy rich until she starts talking about her past, and you realize that she is a Hale. She is from the South. They're a very wealthy Southern, they're basically Southern royalty. Her parents passed away in a car accident. She was in the car when it happened, and it's just so sad. So it kind of explains how she is in the way that she is. Her grandparents, who now raised her, did not approve of her mother's choice of husband because he was not a rich man. He was just someone that she met and they fell in love, and so it kind of was a tarnish on this family that she married this poor man, and they never kind of let her forget it. So instead of coming back to this home and being welcomed into it, she gets sent out to boarding school because he didn't really know how to deal with her because she wasn't like her sister. So at boarding school, she meets this group of friends. You have Colin, Catherine, and Casper, who ends up being her boyfriend all throughout high school and whatnot. And Colin and Catherine are all throughout the book, both in past and present. It also talks about this young man named Jesse. Jesse she knew before her parents got into a car accident, and she went to school with him, and they were basically on the same wavelength. And the way that she talks about soulmates in this book, and the way that she explains it, strings are connected to each other's hearts. And so these two kids, Jesse and Tate, are connected by these two strings, and so it's just so the way that she explains it, I just absolutely loved it. And their past and the present kind of coincide when she starts seeing this Hayden Rockefeller, because she doesn't think that she can let go of that past, that the tie that she has to Jesse. And even in the beginning of the book, Lily Paradis, she has a letter saying, "Dear reader, I don't like love triangles, but I couldn't help but write this." And to me, this book wasn't a love triangle. I know that it has those same aspects, but I didn't read it like a love triangle at all, because although she does love this boy in the past, I never saw him as an obstacle for her present. And so it was just, obviously he is an obstacle for her present, but I never saw him as an actual love interest in her present. So I didn't read it as a love triangle. So, I mean, there are going to be people that do read it that way, but I didn't personally read it that way. I can't really talk about much else without giving anything away, and I don't want this to be a spoilery video. So if you want to read it, if this sounds up your alley, if it sounds really good, definitely pick it up. I loved the characters in this book. I thought they were very complex, and they had a lot going on. There is a lot going on with each of these characters, but it's never too much and it's never overwhelming. It's just enough to explain, and there's so much character development, and everything is just explained so well, and I absolutely love it. I love that these characters are in these roles that are very traditional and are very in the public eye, yet they have such a dark feeling to them. They're just so weird and so amazingly different, and I just absolutely loved it. And the obsession with death and the obsession with everything macabre in this book, I just absolutely loved it, and I definitely recommend this book too. I know that I rave about Ignite, and I'm just gonna rave about a Volition now, so definitely pick it up if you have not yet. If you have read it, go ahead and comment below. Tell me your feelings about it. Tell me what you thought about it. Tell me if you really did think that it was a love triangle or not. Tell me if it just completely destroyed you like it destroyed me. I sat down and read it in one sitting because I couldn't put it down. I had to know what happened. I just loved these characters so much. And it was just definitely a satisfying read. So everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.